Bandits have demanded the sum of 40 trillion naira to release the 16 residents recently abducted from the Gonin-Gora area of Kaduna State. The bandits are also reportedly got in touch with the victims' families asking for 11 Hilux vans and 150 motorcycles. The kidnapping of 287 secondary school students by gunmen in northwestern Nigeria this past week was only the latest in a series of such raids. Terror group Boko Haram abducted 278 schoolgirls from a secondary school in the town of Chibok in Borno State in 2014. At least 1,500 students have been similarly kidnapped in raids since 2014. The kidnappings have been more constant in the northern parts of Nigeria, where relentless violence by Islamic militant organizations and bandit groups have crumbled communities and killed thousands of people. Education specialist Believe Eke joins us now to discuss the challenges that insecurity poses to young children's education and what measures that need to be taken to provide a safe learning environment in Nigeria. Good to have you here on Arise News. Good afternoon.
Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure to have you. Now, I do recall that as of December of 2023, this administration vowed to return about 15 million out-of-school children come 2027. Bearing in mind all that we've seen play out recently, especially with the abduction of students, do you think that this is still attainable considering the circumstances?
Yeah, thank you so much for for the opportunity here, and also to reiterate that we strongly believe, UNICEF strongly believe that it's attainable with the strong will of both the government and all actors coming together. We believe that it is attainable. We can still pull the student out of school, but all we just need is more action from both government and all partners, including UNICEF. That's why we're here. We're for every child, and we believe that with the support that everyone, including even down to the parents, the communities, we put our hands together, we can drag these children out of school. We can bring them and put them back to school.
Right. Now, of course, we're still digesting the huge tragedy of the most recent abduction of school pupils from Kaduna. I'm curious as to what UNICEF's efforts have been to partner with government for the safe return of these pupils, and what do you think is the possibility of their return?
Yes, for us, we believe that these children can return if the government really put their hands together, because we are working closely with the government over there in Kaduna State. Our team over there, we have been working closely with the Kaduna State government to see how we can provide immediate support to the families, and at the same time to have an alternative education, that those children that are there, children that are, because so many other schools, the closest school nearby, we learned that it's even closed because of the same incident, the fear in the whole community. So we believe that the government, we will work together with government, doing more advocacy, being the voice for those children. We believe that the children can come back if the government will be able to do what is expected. And we are also supporting them to do that. We have been having a series of meetings with them to see how we can provide this remote support. Remember, UNICEF, our main support is technical support on what we can do to see how these children can be returned. And also, apart while we are working to see how those children can be returned, we are also working to see how those who are out of school now, those children who are not able to go to school because of this incident, also be able to continue education, providing psychosocial support to them, and also providing alternative means of education. That is where the alternative education also comes in. Our team is we're strongly working together with the Kaduna State government on this.
Now, of course, we're rounding up with you, but when you state alternative means of education, I'm just wondering, does it include such opportunities like homeschooling? Because as a parent that might be watching from Kaduna, for instance, and looking at sending their ward to school, not knowing if that will be the last time they see their children that could be an option that they might be more interested in if they want to provide them with, the proper education that UNICEF is vying for. So is that one of the alternative measures you're considering when it comes to homeschooling availabilities?
Yeah, thank you. For us, we are currently partnering with the Federal Ministry of Education to roll out it's already out for almost 2 years now, and we are also trying out to expand the Nigerian Learning Passport. The Nigerian Learning Passport is an online platform whereby children, we have over so many thousands of learning materials. We have materials on different sections on the Nigerian Learning Passport. So what we are doing under the Nigerian Learning Passport to see how we can roll it out to schools, so areas where there's an online platform, there's an offline platform also of the NLP. So that's one major means of alternative education that we're doing, so that these children can also learn. There's a radio program where we do several programs, several subjects on radio to see how children can also learn when in the period of crisis. Because what we are trying to do is that we don't want to say because there is a conflict, education will stop. Education has to continue. So that's why the option of alternative education comes in.
Right. Now, of course, we know that UNICEF signed the Safe Schools financing plan with the federal government in 2022. I can imagine some of these developments would be discouraging, but have you seen any progress? Have you seen any advancement in providing safety nets for schools in the north since this program was established?
Yes, I think we work closely with the government on the Safe School financing plan, as you mentioned. And at the same time, from a few years back up to even last year, we know there are plans. The government has showed some a great interest in seeing how they can finance on the Safe School financing plan based on the implementation plan on that financing plan. So as at December last year, we learned that over 15 billion was allocated for Safe School financing, and we are also aware we supported the Nigerian the National Safe School Response Coordination Center that was set up in-house by the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps. We worked with them to see how some of they can roll out trainings. The Federal Ministry of Education also rolled out a lot of trainings for education secretaries across the 6 geopolitical zones. So we know some few efforts have been done on that. Few funds are being released on that. But what we are calling for is that Nigerian people, Nigerian children want to see more. They want to see how these funds are being utilized, how these funds are being used to build more schools that are safe, climate resilience. They want to see how these funds can be used to provide safety kits. They want to see how children can learn, how they can be able to learn in a safer environment. And that is what UNICEF is also providing this technical support. In over 18 states of the Federation, currently we are helping them to set up safe school steering committees. We're helping them to deploy tools to be able to, because apart from the financing plan, there is also the safe school minimum standard that was put together by Federal Ministry of Education together with UNICEF and other partners. The minimum standard states what are the minimum standard that every school of safety, that every school is supposed to meet. And so we are helping them to measure those standards across schools. So there are lots to be done. With this kidnapping in Kaduna, it just shows as if we still need to do more. And that is what we are doing. We're trying to see how we can also call the government to action while we're providing the needed technical support that we will be able to provide.
Well, UNICEF Education Specialist Believe AK, we'd like to thank you for the good work that you're doing, and we do hope that we see the fruits of your numerous efforts. Thank you so much for joining us here on News.